Hi, this video is an unboxing and first impressions of the Pilot Custom Heritage 912 in soft fine. As you can see, I ordered this from Japan. I ordered over the weekend and it came in 3 business days. Today's a Wednesday. And as you can see, I ordered from J-Subculture. Very good price. Much better than buying it in North America. So, without further ado, let's open this up.
Let me get rid of this order invoice.
All right. Looks like we have some J-Subculture stuff, auctions, purchasing service, cushioning. Oh, look. It's an origami swan. Oh. Nice touch. And the pen itself, the box at least. So, a standard Pilot plastic box. Let's see. Looks like a warranty form. Not sure how that works since this is a Japanese market pen. Pen itself. Black ink cartridge. Use and care guide. Well, this might be the warranty card. I don't know. I don't read Japanese. And yeah, that's it. There should be a converter in here, I think. Sorry about that. I can be a bit clumsy sometimes. Oh, and this is a paper crane, not a paper swan. My bad. Anyways, the pen itself. As you can see, flat top, classic shape, black polished resin / plastic, whatever it is, rhodium trim with a sword clip. I happen to like this styling over the cigar-shaped ball clip gold trim that the 74, the custom 74, the 742, the 823. I happen to prefer this design over those. And this also has the same design with the Custom Heritage 91 and the Custom Heritage 92, which is basically Custom Heritage series. So the soft fine sticker here, screw on cap. As you can see, this is filled in. Focus. It's filled in Custom Heritage 912, Pilot, Japan. Sorry, this is a little hard to see with the camera. Set that aside. The nib is a number 10 rhodium plated 14 karat soft fine, and the 91 and the 92, they have a number 5 nib, which is a little bit smaller. Take a look inside. Yep, it's a Con 70 converter. This is the biggest converter that Pilot makes. It holds around, I think, 1 milliliter. Comes right out. Nice metal threads. I think the nib and feed are friction fit, but I'm not going to try that now. Maybe sometime down the road. So, soft fine. You can see it's a little bit flexible. This is not supposed to be a flex pen. Some people think, you know, the Falcon, or a Labo in Japan, and the soft nibs in the custom series, I guess they're semi-flex, but they're not really meant for flexing. It's mostly for a cushioned feel when you're writing. You can spring this nib, but it is going to give you a bit more flourish, some line variation, compared to a stiffer nib. Speaking of stiffer nibs, here we can compare the size with two entry-level pens that many of you have, probably. Here's the Pilot Metro on the top and the Lamy Safari on the bottom. As you can see, they're all similar in length. I would say the Lamy is slightly longer than the 912 than the Metro. Just under 14 centimeters. Without the caps, unposted. It looks like the Metro and the Custom are around the same, and the Lamy is the longest, and when you post them, the Safari is clearly longer than the other two. Metro and the Custom are around the same, but what's really different between the lower end and the higher end pen, as you can see, these both on the left are steel nibs. The Pilot is a little bit, I guess there's a little bit of flex to it, but not really. Take a look here. It's pretty rigid, but that's only in comparison to how I feel with the Lamy. This one's really rigid, and as you can see, much bigger nib. There. Much bigger nib than the other two, and it's 14 karat gold, whereas the other two are steel, which doesn't always mean everything, right? Pilot makes really good steel nibs, and I got a fairly smooth, extra fine Safari. So hope that gives you a good idea about the physical attributes. Weight. Altogether, around 24.7 grams without the cap. 15.6. And the converter itself, 4.4, 4.5. In comparison, here is the Metro. Now this does have ink in it, but it shouldn't be that much. The Con 50 doesn't hold that much ink. It's 27 grams, which is 2 or 3 grams heavier than the resin custom. The Metro is brass, I believe, and the Safari is obviously going to be by far the lightest pen of the three. So, how does it write? Here's some Rhodey paper, and I'm gonna use my favorite ink, Pilot Iroshizuku Tsukio. Sorry if I'm butchering that. And I have filled the Metro and the Safari, and I do have a medium Metro as well, all with the same ink, so we can compare apples to apples. So here we go. Immerse the nib, and Con 70 to push converter. Yeah, pretty good fill, good enough. Get my paper towel. So here we go, Rhodia dot pad. For those of you that don't know, these dots are 5 millimeters apart. And this is a soft fine. Now I had a lot of trouble deciding which grade of soft I wanted. I was deciding between the soft fine and the soft medium, the fine medium. And I decided to go with soft fine because with the soft nibs and it's the gold 14 I'm jumbling my words here, 14 karat gold soft nibs, they do tend to write wetter and wider than the steel nibs. The Metros have fairly fine nibs and probably finer than most of Pilot's gold nibs. So here we go. Pilot. Custom. Heritage. (912). Now I'm just using normal writing pressure. I'm not pushing down or anything. You know, this, speaking of which, this the 912 Also comes with a bunch of various esoteric nibs, the Falcon nib, the FA nib, not to be confused with the Falcon pen itself, but the Falcon nib is probably actually a flexier pen, but I decided not to go with that because there are problems with the feed keeping up, and I want a daily writer. I want to be able to use this pen for everyday writing. Now, using no pressure at all, get lines like this, then increase it, slowly increasing pressure here, and wow, that's soft. Now I don't want to push it too hard because I don't want to spring this nib already. Guess I'll write the quick fox. Now I was afraid the soft fine would be a bit scratchy because my Metro is not that smooth, it's a little bit toothy. That's why I was leaning towards the soft fine medium at first, but this actually writes, it's not buttery smooth, but it's pretty smooth. It's just a little feedback that you know where you're writing something. It's hard to explain, but it's not scratchy. I wouldn't describe it as scratchy. So some line width comparisons, I guess. Here is Pilot Metropolitan Fine. See, it's a very fine, very, very fine line. Here is the Pilot Metropolitan in medium. And finally, the Lamy Safari in extra fine. Western pens, of course, run wider than Japanese. Oh, I guess while we're here, I also have, where did I put it? Here. Some of you probably have this, best cheap pen out there, the Platinum Preppy. This is in medium. I think I have J. Arbonne Pel Noir in there, and a Muji Gel 0.38, very fine, the finest I think available. And back to the 912. pressure at all. As you can see, with no pressure at all, it's a little bit thicker than the Metro Fine, I would say. But it's, you know, if you didn't have it side by side, I think it'd be imperceptible. But with heavier medium pressure, I guess, you can turn that into a Western extra fine, or Western fine, I guess. And of course, very impressive. Printing. There you have it. I have to say I'm very impressed with this nib. I was really afraid it'd be too scratchy for me, especially with my experience with the Metro, but wow, I think I have no regrets now. It creates a fine enough line for me, and at the same time is smooth enough that I really wouldn't mind writing with this all day. And of course, the section is a lot bigger than the Metros, and it's very comfortable, very well balanced pen. There you have it, the custom Heritage 912 from Pilot. This video is run a little too long, but if you stuck out all the way here, thanks for watching.